Everybody, I had to go. I had to. That's why it's taking me so long. I had to have a surprise. Zeke wanted to say hi. He just got a bath today. He's so clean and fluffy. He wanted to say hi to all you guys, so I had to go get him. No, he was just downstairs. Oh, say hi, Zeke. Oh, that's my buddy. He missed you guys. He missed you so much, huh? Yes, he did. That's my buddy. How is everybody tonight? Hope. Look how fluffy he is. Look how shaggy he is. He's so cute. Gosh darn it. He's my weakness. He's my weakness. If I sound weird, it's because the mic's over here, but just so you can see how cute Zekester is. No, those are. He's looking at my Tootsie Pops. No, those aren't for you. I'll get you treats in a minute. So how's everybody doing? Now it looks like my. It looks like I brushed my hair. Oh well, I think. Oh, okay. Oh. He doesn't. I have my hair all over me because he doesn't shed at all. Not at all. Like I've never found a piece of his hair anywhere. He doesn't shed at all. Huh. What? So how's everybody doing? I'm gonna try to do 2 lives tonight. Because I remember we were gonna do that open panel. I'm gonna do this live first, and then I'm gonna hopefully do an open panel. So you guys, if you guys were one of the people that wanted to come up, be ready because I'm planning on doing that after this live. We're open panel where you guys come in and bring up your whatever case you want. Look at you modeling. Look at you modeling. Oh, I love this guy. Oh, thanks. Loving Coco, thank you. Jennifer Green, Mesera, Christina, Cement Shoes. Okay, buddy. I think I'm going to take him down because as we get started, I'm like, what? Isn't he a doll baby? Isn't he so cute? He's so cuddly. What? He's so clean and he smells so good because he got a bath. All right, I'll be back, guys. All right, buddy. Oh. Okay, buddy, I'll get you a treat. Treat? Okay. Treat, buddy? Huh? You want to stay? You want to stay a little bit? You want to stay and talk? You want? What? Don't look at me with those eyes. Don't look at me with those eyes. Okay, you don't want to say bye. We'll just talk a little bit. Oh. Well, Zeke doesn't want to say bye. He wants to stay. Hey, Leah Bryson. He's just looking at me. I'm like, come on. He just like, he doesn't want to go. He's like, no, I want to stay. Hey, Nikki Lee, Duality, Reality. Oh. Morky Mama, Lavina. Wow, thanks guys for coming. Yeah, like I said, like this, I don't know, maybe a couple hours for this live, and then we'll do the open panel. So if any of you guys are planning on coming up, and talk with a case, remember I told you Thursday, if you have a case you want to talk about, come on up and we'll chat. Marie, where are you? Where did you go? Oh, Marie Olsen, there you are. Hi, Linda. Okay, Capri. Nice. April, Cole, Stacy. All right. I should just go get him a treat so we can get started on some true crime, huh? What? You want to stay? Okay. Wendy Wagaman. Yay, you made it. Carlene McPeak. April Morgan. Shelly Samantha. So we're going to talk about, because remember I wanted to go over that investigation report on Ellen Greenberg, and then I found the autopsy, so I wanted to kind of go through that with you guys. And then I found this thing you might already know about Larry Millete. If I say that right, you might already know, but like there was an incident back when he was 15 years old, so I kind of found a video and an article about it. And so I was going to play that, which is kind of interesting. If you guys haven't heard, you'll be surprised. Maybe you guys already know about it. I don't know if other channels are covering it or not, because I don't really watch many other true crime type like channels. I mean, I do for like news channels and stuff, but hey everyone, Carlene McPeak. Oh yeah, from Northern Ireland. Wow, how is the weather there? Loving Coco, Lavina. What's the matter? Okay, I better take him down. It's hot. It's hot. My face has like been sweating. My hair is like all sticking to my face. I could not get it to stop. I don't know why. My face is like hot. And you are like a little heater. Looked like you were asking Zeke if he said it. Oh yeah. I was. Cadmium 60, what's up? Isn't he the cutest though? Look at that face. Look at that face. He is just the cutest little guy. Okay, buddy. I'm going to get you a treat and go downstairs, okay? It's almost your bedtime, huh? Libra. Oh, he gets a lot of love. He gets a lot of love, huh? Don't you? Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You know it. Spoiled. No, I love spoiling them though. Oh, thanks, Stacy. Oh, I just put chapstick on. I don't want to get it all over your nice fluffy fur, huh? Diana Wright. All right, I'll let you go down. I don't think he wants to, but I'm not going to be able to get anything done holding him, huh? I mean, I could just set him down, but I have a feeling if I'm not holding him, he'll want to leave, and I have to keep my door shut, because so he won't be able to get out, and then I'd have to go let him out. I guess we could just I could just put him down, and then when he wants out, huh? But he wants me to just hold him. I know it. What? Oh, your treats are out there. I gotta go get you one. I know. He's so sweet. Diane, I gotta get your quilt up. I do. I was just thinking about that. I have to. I want to test it out. I'm just trying to. I guess I'm being lazy. I just keep getting sidetracked and figuring out how to keep it up. But I'll get it. I get it because it's gonna be up there one of these days, Diana, because I love it. Jenny Anderson, what's up? All right. I'm gonna take him down. I'll be back, okay? Okay, buddy, I'll get you a treat. You gotta go to bed. Huh? Oh, you're so sweet. You don't want to do you? Do you? You can lay on my bed if you want. You want to lay on my bed? Okay. You gonna stay there, nobody? You gonna stay there, you think? I don't think you will. You want to stay there if I'm not there? I'm not gonna be on there. I'm not gonna be there. You want to stay? You can stay there, okay? You can stay. Just let me know when you want to leave. Oh shoot. Well, we'll try and see if he stays. All right. I mean, he's just sitting on my bed, so we'll see if he stays because he can't get out because no, I just heard him jump down. He's not gonna want to be up there without me. Hold on a second. All right, Zeke. Where are you, buddy? What are you doing? What are you getting to? Huh? You want to go downstairs? Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, baby. I'll get you a treat. I'll get you a treat. Yeah. Go get it. Go get it. All right, guys. Okay. Whew. It is like I have been so hot for the last couple of hours. It's like I cannot cool off. Got this fan blowing on me. So okay, I had to take him down. He wanted to stay, but like I would let him, but I know what's going to happen. He already jumped down, and he's not. If I'm not back there with him, he won't want to stay, and then he'll be scratching at the door. So I just figured I'd do it now while I'm not in the middle of something. What are you guys talking about? Soda? That's one thing I don't drink. I don't drink pop. We call it pop, but I don't drink it really. Once in a great while, I'll have like a Sprite or something, but I don't drink pop otherwise. And that's like maybe a couple times a year I might have a Sprite, but that's it. You guys drink it a lot? When I was younger, I mean, I guess when I was like maybe in high school, I might have drank it a little bit more, but I haven't drank it in years. So how's everybody doing? Was that him that barked? I guess I don't need these headphones right now. Why is I always look weird. For 2 years and no, Mesera, don't do it. If you haven't done it for 2 years and now, yeah, because that stuff's so bad for you. I mean, if you're drinking it, no big deal. But like, if you've already quit it and beat that habit, don't go back to it. Don't do it. But I mean, I guess if that's your only vice, hold on 1 second again. All right. Sorry, guys. All right, let's do this here. Let's do this, guys. So just out of curiosity, is anybody here that actually is going to want to do the open panel tonight after this? I already have the freaking thumbnail ready. I mean, it's not... I've been doing... Usually I would put like hours into my thumbnails, but lately I just always feel like I'm in a rush for time, so I've been doing like really quick ones, but I already have it ready, so as soon as this is over, if there's people that want to do it, let's do it. And if not... I drinking bone broth. Whoa, really? Laura, very interesting. Okay, so what do you want to go? Maybe we'll do the Maya thing first because that's only a quick little thing I wanted to show you, which you guys probably already aware of it if you've been following the case. But I know there's probably other people that aren't aware, that haven't been like following it. All right, so April diet soda. I know diet soda. Well, diet soda, that's stuff that they use in the place. Oh no, I'm thinking like sugar. Yeah, because it's the sugar substitute, right? That stuff's not good for you, man. I feel like you're better off just drinking the freaking sugar. I mean, eating the sugar than this. That some of those substitutes are like so bad for you, in my opinion. Aspartame, yes, my mom is like so weird about aspartame. Like with my nephews too, it's like there's like certain rules like that she read. Like you know how like most of the gum that you chew, yeah, I think even bubble gum, but like just the gum you chew that has aspartame in it. If you look at it, even the ones that have sugar in it has aspartame too for some reason. Why do you got to put it in there if you freaking have sugar? But anyway, so my nephews like chewing gum, but supposedly she read somewhere that if you have like nitrates right before aspartame, it's like increases your chances of like, you know, cancer and whatever the bad things that aspartame does, cancer causing. I know there's like a brain cancer is a thing for aspartame. I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff, but it increases that supposedly. So like if they just got done eating like a sandwich or something, it's like, even with me, I don't really chew gum that much right now. I mean, I go on phases where sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and I haven't been, but like when I do, she's like, did you just eat? Nope, you can't. Like, oh my God. Oh, it's funny. My nephew's like, I want a piece. Nope, you got to wait like she makes you wait like a couple hours after you have like, you know, like nitrates, like salami, like there's meats, whatever has those in it. I don't know. If you guys even care, but it's you guys might have learned something there. Okay, so if you want a piece of gum, wait till like a couple hours after you eat any nitrates. Okay. I know, I think it gave my grandpa, and my mom thinks this too, her dad, like brain cancer, because he had sugar or whatever, so he had diet everything, you know, sugar-free everything, I should say. And yeah, so she's convinced that that's why he got it. I know, yeah, me either. And yeah, the taste of it, it's so disgusting to me. I know, I can't do the taste anyway. It's so, ugh. Oh, no, thank you. All right, let's get started here. I know, that's true, Jennifer. Everything you do, like, just do anything in moderation, I guess. Anything you do is going to kill you. I mean, it's all bad for you. It's all killing you slowly somehow. So just try to moderate as much as you can, I guess. And me and moderation don't get along very well, though. Oh, it's like my opposite. I'm not a very good moderator. Okay, so let's see. Oh, let's try live. Polka spot someone's ride. Wait, what? C3H2, you're funny. Oh my God, I'm picturing something, but I don't know if I'm picturing. Yeah, that's true. Crickets, nature, life. Oh, thanks, Loving Coco. All right, you are too generous. You can't moderate your ice cream. I love ice cream. That's one thing I can moderate because it makes me kind of feel a little not too well. So I do moderate that. I do love it, but I watch just because I don't know, I never feel good after I eat ice cream. I ate a Twinkie for breakfast. Oh, I'm a big Twinkie fan now. I don't know. Who likes Twinkies here? They're all right, I guess, but it's like when you eat one, it's like it tastes so fit, like it just tastes so bad for you when you're eating it. Like it just, I don't know, I can't describe it, but well, you guys probably know. Okay, so So Maya Millete, am I saying that right? I'm always feel like I'm saying it wrong. So I just wanted to go over just one thing with her. I just saw this article, and it's probably old news, but maybe not for some of you because I just saw it and I didn't know about it. But did you hear about Larry, like back when he was 15, what he got, what he did? I mean, how many of you guys know about that charge? Back when he was 15, something happened. I'm going to play a little video I edited. It was like a CBS, but I kind of edited it to try to make it somewhat my own. So, and like there's parts where there was like music playing. So, you know, with copyright, you can't have music. So there's muted. And then I put like words or whatever to say what's going on, I guess, if that makes sense. So those parts, I just read the text and then it kind of explains, but it's pretty interesting. Yeah, it was back when he was 15 years old. He got arrested for something. And let me just play the video first and then we'll talk about it. All right. Actually, so I'll need my earphones for this. Okay. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. That's what I wanted to do. You can kind of hear the TV. They listen to it so loud. Okay. All right. Like I said, now make sure you read the silent parts. I put some text to kind of say what was going on because I couldn't play the music. So I just figured I'd add some text instead of, so it's not just silent. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Hopefully I didn't miss a part. I did it so quick today. I was trying to get everything done. Oh, wait, hold on. Why does that start right away? All right. Well, I guess we'll just start it right away.
And grabbed your arm?
Oh, no.
Vehicles in the street.
All right, there we go.
The defendant walked up to you and grabbed your arm?
Yes.
This 41-year-old man appeared in Chula Vista court this week on attempted kidnapping charges. The judge ordered us to blur his face. News 8 is following the case not because of his current charges, but because of what happened to him 24 years.
Read it. I'll just read it real quick. So in 1997, the victim was 17. The victim that was hit, Larry's victim, I guess, was 17 and a victim of a gang-related stabbing. The teenager who stabbed him was Larry Millete, who was 15 at the time.
I have reason to believe that he was in a gang.
Attorney Billy Little is working with Maya's family to investigate the case.
It's my understanding this was a gang-related incident, that there were multiple other people around. He was taken into custody as a juvenile.
You guys could read. The stabbing happened on the evening of April 30th, 1997, near the McDonald's on Paradise Valley Road. The teenage victim was rushed to the hospital with multiple stab wounds, but he survived the attack. Yeah, there's going to be some silent parts just because there was music, and you can't have that. It's too much copyright with music. Larry Millete, at age 15 at the time of the stabbing, was arrested and booked into juvenile hall on a charge of assault with a deadly weapon.
It was a long time ago, and what you're looking for is, who is this person? Who has he grown to be? Has he learned from his past criminal conduct?
Juvenile court records in the case are sealed, but after his release from juvenile hall, family members say Larry Millete ended up moving to Hawaii with his parents. That's where he met his future wife, Maya, in high school. They married as teenagers, and Larry Millete joined the Navy.
So aside from a couple of traffic tickets in Riverside County, Larry Millete apparently had no more run-ins with the law. His wife went missing this year on Thursday, January 7th.
Loud bangs that sound like gunshots were recorded around 10 p.m. by a surveillance camera in the neighborhood on the night Maya went missing. The next day, Larry Millete was nowhere to be found for 12 hours, telling family members he went to the beach with his 4-year-old son in the family's black Lexus SUV with a personalized plate, Melani.
He took off without a phone. In other words, no way to track him.
By Sunday, January 10th, Maya's family had shown up at the Chula Vista house. Brother-in-law Richard Droulet snapped this photo of Larry standing in the living room.
There was the strong smell of bleach in the garage. There were bath mats hanging over, the trash cans drying out. Larry, as you've seen the picture, seems to be leaning back, confident and calm in his navy sweatpants.
But it would be 2 weeks before Chula Vista police served a search warrant on the house. On January 23rd, they took evidence and impounded the Lexus SUV. Police now say they have served 16 search warrants in the case, including one on April 1st at the Encanto home of Larry's aunt and uncle. The house on Viewcrest Drive in Encanto is within San Diego city limits. But on April 1st, Chula Vista police showed up to serve a search warrant, seizing about a half-dozen long rifles and other evidence, according to neighbors who recorded this video of the police activity. It shows marked and unmarked police vehicles in the street and investigators putting evidence into a van. Neighbors say officers were on scene for a couple hours in the middle of the day. The house is owned by 66-year-old Ricky Lincoln, better known as Uncle Ricky to Larry Millete, the husband of Maya Millete, a missing mother of 3 from Chula Vista. Uncle Ricky lives in the house where the search warrant was served with Larry Milliete's aunt, Kathy Lincoln. On Monday, Uncle Ricky and Aunt Kathy were seen dropping off one of the children at the Millete house. Police are looking at surveillance video from the neighborhood on the evening of January 7th when Maya Millete went missing and when 6 loud bangs rang out around 10 p.m. Investigators also are trying to identify vehicles seen driving around the neighborhood during the early morning hours of Friday, January 8th.
Well, I was in there having a conversation with him. One piece of information that I knew going in was that he had asked someone to borrow gun cleaning equipment to clean his guns on that weekend. So that seemed odd to me. When your wife is missing, you want to start cleaning your guns. So I tested that with Larry. He confirmed that with me, that he had in fact asked somebody to borrow gun cleaning equipment. I then discussed with him about gunshot residue on his hands. He said, oh yeah, I've been out shooting the last few days. So I wanted to test that. Wanted to see about the freezer. So I just, as I do a walkthrough, I just wanted to look for things that I knew.
So there's a few more things. I just found this cute little video of her. It's like a couple-second video I was going to play. And then there's this really quick little clip of them, a reporter asking his dad questions, and his dad's with 2 of their kids. And it's just real quick, so I'll play that. But I just wanted to clear up because some people don't even know what we're watching. I'm sorry, was I not very clear on when I said it? Sometimes I'm really bad at explaining it. This was Larry Millete. Oh my gosh, Maya's husband. It was this situation he got in when he was 15 years old, where he stabbed some guy. It was like a gang-related stabbing. He probably was like gang initiation or something he was trying to be in. He stabbed a 17-year-old kid. You know, the guy survived, and he was taken to like juvenile hall and charged with assault with a deadly weapon. But as far as that was, since then he hasn't had any record, any run-ins with the law, besides a few they said traffic tickets. And so yeah, but it shows you like if what he's capable of. I don't care if he's only 15 years old. If he's capable of freaking stabbing somebody when you're 15, you have no like care about somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? Like you care less that kid could have died. I mean, you stabbed him. Like, what if he would have died? Like, you could care less about that. That just shows you. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they're investigating him. His time's going to be up. It's only a matter of time. It might take like a year for them to get evidence, but let's just be patient, because I'm sure they'll, with the stuff we've heard with, well, just some of the stuff on this video and stuff. I mean, I feel like, yeah, they're going to have enough to get him. I mean, those gunshots, and then that repair on the door, like that lawyer said, it smelled like, what do you say, like bleach or whatever, and he had like rugs hanging, drying off and stuff like that. It was just too obvious. I mean, I feel like it's only a matter of time. To another night, but I had, wait, sorry, Tiff, I saw you email me back a link to join the other night, but I had, oh, okay, yeah, it's okay, Gooch, it's okay, I understand. Okay, so now there's just a couple other clips, like I said, one of just a quick one of Maya, and then of the guy that you'll see with the two kids is Larry's dad. So that'll be, I think that, I don't know which one's next, but let's see here.
Just, it's so pretty.
When you're just walking, 10 feet down the hall to go to your room. You can't even do that. Because you and me are telling too many scary stories.
Jeep Adventures.
The family of Maya is looking for a dead body. We're still waiting.
Did anybody hear any gunshots on that night?
No gunshot, nothing at all. The family of Maya is looking for a dead body. We're still waiting.
Did anybody hear any gunshots on that night?
No gunshot, nothing at all.
That's that. I saw that the other day, or was it yesterday? I think it was. It's like, what? I didn't hear about that. Like, the Larry guy has freaking, oh, wait, why is that? There we go. He did that when he was younger. Oh my gosh. I didn't hear. I was surprised, so I figured I'd share that with you. And they're interviewing that guy like 20 years later. They have him like asking what happened because of this case. So, they're not taking it lightly. They're doing their job. I feel like it's only a matter of time. The Gooch, what do you, not in front of the kids, grandpa. Wait, not in front of the, wait, what do you mean, Diana? Not in front of the kids, grandpa. I don't know. Okay, so let me see. I might have had, let me see if I have any other thing on Maya. If not, I'll move on to Ellen. Well, I guess. Let's see. No, I mean, that's the. No, that's okay. I'm not going to read that. That's kind of boring. Okay, let me see what this is. I save a bunch of things and then I forget what I all, like I have a folder for each case. Okay. What is today's date, guys? The 6th. Okay. So, wait. So this was up on one of the groups. We'll read this. It's really blurry, though. It's like I'm like squinting. I'm sure you guys read it if you guys are in any of the groups. It's just the investigative update. I'll read that, and then that's about all I have for Maya. Maybe have a couple more pictures, and then I want to go through the Ellen stuff. Okay, so 1 second. Let me. Okay. All right. So it's really blurry. I'm having trouble reading it too. But let's see. Update my Millete investigation. So it says, so this is from May 4th, because that's what I was seeing what date, because it's the 6th. So it was just 2 days ago. Almost 4 months have now passed since the disappearance of Maya Millete, and the law enforcement officers working this case remain as dedicated as they did on the first day of opening the case. As time passes, significant events like May's 40th birthday occurred, which, sorry, it's so blurry, emphasizes the urgency we all feel in bringing this case to a resolution. Our thoughts and prayers go out to May's family, friends, volunteers, and community members who continue to search for Maya and look for answers regarding her disappearance. Last month, the Chula Vista Police Department announced the formal partnership of a multi-agency working group, including the San Diego County District Attorney's Office, the FBI, and Naval Criminal Investigative Service, with the primary goal of bringing May home to her family or bringing justice to May's family regarding her disappearance. This law enforcement partnership continues to work closely together and is in constant communication regarding Maya's disappearance. The Chula Vista Police Department, San Diego County District Attorney's Office, NCIS, and FBI have formed a working group with expertise from the District Attorney's Office, NCIS, and FBI who share our goal of bringing May safely home and bringing the justice at any individual who may have harmed May. Bring to justice, yeah. Statement from Chula Vista Police Chief Roxanne Kennedy. I recognize the pain and concern May's disappearance has brought to her family, friends, and the community, and I am grateful for the outpouring of support May's family has received during this difficult time. Our investigators, along with the multi-agency working group, are dedicated to finding May or bringing justice to May's family. We understand the frustration over limited public information about this case. We will not share any information publicly about this case that can in any way hinder or jeopardize the successful investigation and potential prosecution of anyone involved in her disappearance. Recently, we have begun working with the Cold Case Foundation to provide advocacy to May's family in conjunction with our investigation. Josephine Wenzel is now assigned by the Cold Case Foundation to this investigation. Wow, that's pretty cool. So they're putting some work. They're gonna. It's only a matter of time, guys. Because I mean, I guess, are we allowed to say that? But gosh, it just all fingers point to him right now. It says we continue to keep May and her family in our thoughts every day and pray for her safe return. I want to thank those that have reached out with the information and tips to our detectives. Cases like this can hinge on the smallest piece of information, which may lead to a break in the investigation. Statement from the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, NCIS, and our law enforcement partners at the Chula Vista Police Department, the San Diego County District Attorney's Office, and the FBI are working diligently and urgently to determine the facts surrounding Maya's disappearance, said NCIS Southwest Field Office Special Agent in Charge Joshua Flowers. Wow. Our hearts go out to Maya's family, friends, colleagues, and community as we continue to search for answers. Statement from the FBI. The FBI shares the commitment with our law enforcement partners in the community who seek answers to Maya's disappearance, said FBI Special Agent in Charge Suzanne Turner. The FBI continues to support this investigation and assist our partners at the Chula Vista Police Department, San Diego District Attorney's Office, and NCIS by providing specialized investigative assistance and resources to supplement this exhaustive search for answers. So since 1/11/2021, detectives from CVPD have continuously investigated May's disappearance. Detectives also continue to share leads and evidence regarding May's disappearance with the multi-agency working group. The investigators have conducted numerous search warrants in physical locations, digital evidence, and social media content, as well as conducted interviews of witnesses to generate new leads and obtain evidence. The investigators have also followed up on every tip or lead received since May's disappearance. The investigative steps and efforts to date are below. interviews with 56 individuals to include family members, friends, neighbors, and witnesses. Written 23 search warrants to include residences, vehicles, cell and electronic devices, call detail records, financial records, social media, and cloud data. One of these warrants was for May's home, which was searched on 123. So this happened, what was it? Was it January 7th? Or 17th now. Oh my gosh. It was just in that video. Do you guys remember when she went missing? I think it's the 7th or 17th. But wow, why did it take so long to get a search warrant in that home, you know? I did see that on that video, though. I feel like it said it took a couple weeks to actually get a search warrant, which sucks. I don't understand why, though. You know, because that gives too much time to get rid of anything. So another search warrant was served at Millete's relative's home on 4/1/2021. Reviewed over 55 tips on May's possible location and reason for disappearance. These tips have come from the local community and from around the country. Most recent tips have also included possible sightings of May in other states, to include Wisconsin and New Mexico. Investigators continue to review multiple items of evidence and are going over thousands of pages of data in the hopes of finding May. The Chula Vista Police Department would also like to recognize the volunteer search efforts and the support from numerous community members assisting to locate May. Volunteers continue to look for May on a weekly basis in the hope of finding clues related to her disappearance. The Chula Vista Police Department continues to be the primary point of contact for media inquiries. So if you guys there's a tip. Yeah, I'll read it in a minute. If anybody has seen anything or knows anything, you know. And also continue to provide updates every 2 weeks until significant information or a break in the case occurs in the investigation. These updates will include any changes in the investigative numbers listed above. If there is any significant break in the case, a media advisory will be forwarded through normal communications, and a press conference will be scheduled, allowing ample time for the media to respond. Anyone who may have any information regarding May's disappearance is asked to please contact San Diego County Crime Stoppers at 888-580-8477 or CVPD at 619-691-5151. No matter how small the detail, we ask the public to share the information with investigators or Crime Stoppers. Media are instructed to direct. Okay, so that's that. So it looks like they're on it. Hopefully, I don't know how long it'll take, but now that I've seen that, you know, what he did when he was younger, like he's capable, like stab. Oh man. Wonder if he was only 15, so he got probably a really easy sentence and charge in the juvenile hall. But man, those gunshot, like those sounds, and that door having the hole repaired, like the big hole that was basically cut out and repaired, and then it just doesn't look good. I mean, it really doesn't. Oh, and then it said, I don't know if it said it on that video, but I was watching a video earlier or yesterday. I don't know if it included it in there, where I didn't realize that they were getting a divorce, right? That's what it said, that she was getting a divorce. Or maybe we had already talked about that. I feel like maybe I'm talking about all these cases, and I'm getting it mixed up a little bit. I can't remember when we were talking about it before, if we had said that she was getting a divorce or she wanted a divorce. Have you guys heard that? I know. Well, that's the thing though with this case. Well, even with the Barry Morphew, he had 2 daughters too. I was like, so with this case, there's kids involved, you know, but these kids are even younger. So I don't know. It's sad. Just like wonder what he did with her. Yeah, I know. And I guess it said they had met in high school or whatever and got married, so they were like high school sweethearts or whatever. And I know Castro's son is like, gosh, you mentioned you want to divorce these men and they freaking kill you. What the heck? I need to walk now. Oh, Una of a kind. What do you mean you need to walk now? Is everything okay? Oh, are you talking about like... I never get to see zavgirl. Oh, Una. Well, you're here now, but what do you mean you said walk? Like, are you talking about like... I don't know if you mean that like literally you're going for a walk right now, or you're meaning like in a relationship you need to get out, or I'm thinking like all kinds of things. What do you mean exactly when you said that? Oh, okay, for a walk. Okay. And then did you guys watch the Barry Morphew advisement? It kind of sucked though. It was like really bad whatever, it was really choppy and stuff, but they had that one guy that filmed it as it was. There has to be other videos though. I don't know if you saw the one I just put out, because I found a little clip where somebody was driving past when they were arresting Barry, but it was, he like took a video as he's driving past, so it's like you couldn't see too much. I just wonder if there's other people that had filmed it and they got a better view of it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I just uploaded it like a couple hours ago. It's that part at the very beginning. There's just like a clip where somebody's driving by when they're arresting Barry, and you could kind of see, he's outside his car, but it's just so blurry and so quick. I mean, I freeze framed it, but I mean, you can only see so much because it's kind of blurry. But so maybe there'll be another one. Maybe somebody else had taped it, but it's kind of cool. I mean, I guess we got to kind of see how it went down, and then the advisement, which, yeah, I mean, what happened in the advisement? Basically, there was no bond. They didn't even ask for bond yet, so there's no bond yet. So I don't know if his lawyer's going to try to ask for one or not. I guess so. He's allowed to see his daughter still, though. His daughters are allowed to visit him. I'm talking about Barry. I'm sorry, I'm like probably confusing you guys. But Barry Morphew, so his daughter's allowed to still visit him. He got a public defender, which I don't understand. I mean, he sold all his stuff and he has all this money now, right? He sold all his house, property, cars, or I don't know. Didn't he sell a bunch of stuff? So I don't know. They might not even let him have a public defender, because if you could afford a lawyer, I'm not sure how that works. Like, if you could afford one, do they make you get one, or can you still have a public defender if you could afford a lawyer? I'm not sure, but they were going to appoint him a public defender. And then, what else happened in that? Remind me, not much. It was just like nothing. Oh yeah, Ronan, maybe. And I think his next court hearing is like this 27th. Oh my God, why do I have hair? It's like all sticking to my face because I can't get it, guys. Gosh, it's like because I don't know why, like my face was like sweating, so like all my hair kind of just stuck to my face. But it's not now, but when earlier it was. I mean, I'm not sweating now, but earlier. Anyway, hi, I miss so much my. Oh, really? Oh, really? Let's see. Disposed of Maya in the freezer. That's why Navy is involved. Yeah. I don't know. Cake Low in the house. Naughty Gabri. All right, so let's move on to Ellen Rae Greenberg. I don't know if you guys remember that. We talked about her the last live. Very interesting case. She was stabbed like 20 times. Oh my God. Can this... I can't tell where it's at because it's like backwards. Okay, so she was stabbed 20 times. So here, let me show you a picture of this. I know a lot of you guys might have already heard this, but some people might not have been there at the last live. So before I go through the report and the autopsy, I just want to show this picture. It's just crazy. Hold on. How they rolled it a suicide. Okay. Okay, so this is all the stab. All the stabs. Okay, this was ruled a suicide, guys. So for those of you that weren't in the live when we were talking about it, this right now is ruled legally as a suicide. Okay, look at that. You have head. Well, it was all done with one knife, right? And the last stab was in the chest. And the big thing is they're trying to figure out, because there was 2 stab. Here, let me see if I have a picture of it. Like to the back of like the spinal cord. They said basically they're trying to figure out if it actually severed like a part of the spinal cord where it would have made her paralyzed, because if that's the case, then it has to be a homicide. Because if she would have been paralyzed, how did she do that last stab on her chest? Because they know the last stab was in the chest because the knife was in her chest. Okay. But there was, hold on. Okay, so these 2, they're trying to figure out if it would have actually paralyzed her. And there's different reports. Like, I guess they saved a part of her. They saved a part of her spinal cord or spinal column here. They saved it. Probably because I think there might be a trial. They're trying to get a trial for this, hopefully. I mean, because right now it's a suicide, but they're trying to get it to have a trial because it's ridiculous. But they saved a part of this because there's debates whether she was paralyzed or she wasn't paralyzed, because that would answer. Because if that was enough to paralyze her, then Marcelo, say thank you. Then she couldn't have stabbed herself in the chest that last time. So it had to be a homicide. Okay, so. Hold on a second. I was watching this video of this lawyer that's working for the family, and he was going over some of the stuff. It was really interesting, actually. I took some notes. Hold on, let me see. I'll show you a couple pictures, and then I'll just go over a few of the notes real quick, and then we'll go over the thing, because the notes kind of give the basic, some of the basic stuff that happened for the people that aren't aware, that weren't here for this last live. So this is her and her fiance. Oh, the best is he's remarried, happy, has 2 kids, remarried now. Like, so this is her and her husband, Sam Goldberg. He was a big like movie producer guy, something. Like he had some power, I feel like, a really good job. So that's her. That's her and her mom. This is some of the stabs. So these 2 are the ones that are kind of trying to figure out if it would have paralyzed her. This is the knife that she was used. Okay. And I have a couple pictures of him and his new wife. Hold on. I think I do. That's her and her dad. That's the door. Okay. So this lock was locked from the inside. So this was the thing, basically her fiance at the time. And they just mailed out, she just mailed out like save the dates for her wedding and stuff. So, I mean, they're planning a wedding and stuff. But anyway, so since this was locked from the inside, her fiance had to kick it in. So it broke it. So there was like a debate where like, well, how could it had to be a suicide, because who could have locked it from the inside? Well, there's videos, and this one guy was talking about there's many ways you could do it. Like you could look online. There's so many ways you could do it where you could lock it as you're, there's like tricks that you could do it basically as you're leaving and make it lock from the outside, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but there's a way that he could have done that. Okay. And he could have made it lock from the outside, been from the outside, and he could have made it lock from the inside. There's just different tricks you could do. Okay. And this is after it was broke, when he like had to kick in the door. And then this is basically where she was laying, and there's this big the blood stain pattern. The one guy that did the O.J. Simpson and Michael Peterson, he looked at it and he said definitely a homicide. There was the thing where she was kind of like sitting up, like when they found her, but here there was a dried blood that ran across her cheek, like horizontally, which that means she would have had to been moved, because that wouldn't make sense in the position she was in for it to have dried and ran her horizontally and then dried that way. So she would have had to have been moved. So that doesn't make sense. I think it was the 6th floor we said, and there was no. Here's maybe some of the reasons the police thought it was a suicide. It was snowing that day. She was a teacher. She got sent home early because there was a blizzard. It was snowing. There was no footprints in the snow from the balcony. So nobody could have got in the balcony. There's no surveillance in the hallway leading up to the apartment, but there is on the outside. And you could see her husband. He did go to the gym. He was only gone for like 45 minutes. He came back. And so their thing is, well, nobody came in. I mean, we didn't see anybody come in. There's no footprints in the snow. It had to be a suicide. But when me and Bella we were discussing it, she brought up a good point. Well, what's the time of death? Like, what if he killed her before he went to the gym, right? And then he planned it all like that. So he had an alibi. Okay, they're going to see that I go to the gym. Now I'm going to go get somebody to come help break down the door, and they'll see that she's sitting there. It can't be me, if he did it before, I think. I think there's a good chance he did it before and then pretended and gave himself an alibi by going to the gym and planning this all. And originally they said that there was stuff on the computer that showed her like looking up like painless suicides or whatever. But now when they reanalyzed the computer, now they're saying no, it was, how did they word it? Basically, it wasn't what they said it was, like that she was like looking up all the suicide stuff. So she was kind of depressed. Oh, that's another thing. Hold on a second. Actually, I think it's in my notes. Hold on. Let me just go through these pictures, and then I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so here's the knife, and then so here is him and his new wife. So this is Sam Goldberg and his new wife now, okay? He has 2 kids and remarried now, because this happened in 2006, I think. Man, I'm doing all these different cases and I'm trying to get the dates straight, because I know one was Jennifer Kesse, I think was 2011, right? And this was 2006, or this is 2011 and that was 2006. It's one or the other, but I'll go to my notes and tell you for sure. So yeah, so that's him and his new wife. And then that's the wedding, him and his wife's wedding. Okay. And then I don't know if I have, oh, that's the apartment. That's her. That was probably her trying it on her dress because she was planning a wedding. Okay, so, and this says this was one of the, oh, so this would have been 2011 then. Okay. So this one was 2011. The Kesse must be, it's 2006. Okay. So yeah, that's her right there. Okay. So, and this is her obituary type. How's everybody doing in chat? Yay, Kim, you caught it. So I'll read this real quick. Ellen Rae Greenberg, 27, of Philadelphia and formerly of Harrisburg, passed away in her home on Wednesday, January 26, 2011. She was born January 23rd, 1983 in New York to Joshua and Sandra Greenberg. Ellen was a teacher with the Juanita Academy and a member of Bethel Temple of Harrisburg. Surviving, in addition to her parents, are her maternal grandmother, Linda, of Harrisburg, and her fiance, Samuel Hankin Goldberg, Funeral services will be held at 1 p.m. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Okay. And this was, I took a little thing where he got married. So I just wanted to see the date. So this is when Sam and his new wife got married. So they got married, what, 3 years after his freaking wife, his fiance dies? Like, I don't know. I mean, I know 3 years is a long time, but it's just, you know, the thought, our thought that he might have something to do with it. It just brings up a whole different. And this is how the kitchen was left. There's some blueberries and fruit and stuff. Okay, so that's that. So let me actually just go over a couple notes first, and then we'll go over the autopsy first, and then we'll do the investigative report. Okay. I just wanted to see, because I feel like this one guy brought up some good points. I was just taking notes from his video. Let me take a sip of this. Okay, so he makes a point that the law enforcement, they didn't use luminol that day, because what they did is they just went in there and said suicide, and we know what happens when that happens. I mean, think of the Christian Andreacchio case. They go in there, suicide, then all the investigation stops, and they're just like, okay, and then they just they don't look into it any further. If they have, if they make it a suicide, it's just like, okay, So yeah, they didn't use luminol because if it was a homicide, some people are thinking that there was a cleanup because there really wasn't that much blood, I guess. I guess like when you bleed from your head bleeds the most, supposedly, they say. And for all the stabs and the injuries, there wasn't enough blood. Like there wasn't like as much blood as you would think there would be for that type of event, So people think that there was a cleanup, but since they didn't do luminol, they freaking didn't see. And if they would have seen that there was a cleanup and they used luminol and they would have seen a cleanup, then right there they would. I mean, that's a homicide then. I mean, because why would she be stabbing herself? She's dead. How could she clean up? You know what I'm saying? Or as she's stabbing herself, no, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, if they would have just found anything, any cleanup that could have showed a homicide, I guess no one came forward that was inside the gym with her fiance, because remember, her fiance went to the gym for like 45 minutes. There's no witnesses in the gym. Curious Q, what's up? You guys, everybody in here, just be thinking, because I'm going to have an open panel here after I'm done with this. So I'm going to start a new live. So if you're interested, get your case ready, and we'll do it next. Cricket C3H2. I know they were pressured. The medical examiner was pressured into making it back to a suicide, because he changed it to homicide, and he was basically pressured to change it back to a suicide by law enforcement. Which I think I still haven't got to do like a big deep dive into like Sam Goldberg or anything yet. That's going to be my next thing, because I just think he probably, I don't know if he has some kind of power in that city or something, or a lot of money or something where there's something corrupt going. I don't know. Cover up. I don't know. Anyway, so the witness to Sam kicking in the door, security guard did give a statement that he did not go upstairs when the entry was made into the apartment. But I mean, I'm sure that he did kick in the door. I mean, it was broke. I mean, that was his whole plan. He wanted somebody to be there to witness it. But the security guard's like, no, I can't do that. So I guess the neighbors only heard banging and yelling when the entry was made into the apartment. I got to find the 911 call. That's what I was going to do before this video. Man, I didn't get around to it to see if I could find it. So the 911 call was 5.5 minutes long. It's being described on what is happening in the apartment. So basically saying Ellen is unconscious, there's blood. They said not until 3 minutes into that call was the info about the knife sticking out of her chest. So he didn't even say that or didn't notice that until 3 minutes into the 911 call. And he finally, said there's a knife sticking out of her chest. Body in lay down position. And when the police arrive, she is in a seated position. So I think what he was saying is, that's why I want to hear that 911 call, because I think this person that was saying this, he heard the 911 call, and I think he was saying that Sam described the body in a lay down position, which I guess would make more sense because the blood, and then when they came, she was sitting up. And there was no blood where the head would have been laying. So as he's describing on the 911 call that she's laying down, so I don't know if he ends up sitting her up or whatever, but there's no blood on the ground where her head would have been laying. So like, how does that happen? She's got a big gash in her freaking head, in her back. I mean, stabs all over. Like, how isn't there blood where her head is? I mean, you saw the injuries, right? The stabs. I mean, there doesn't make sense. And then this is what I don't understand. And I saw this last time, and I'm not understanding why was it says call was made an hour after gained entry into the apartment. Like, what? He didn't call 911 right away, or am I not understanding that right? Because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, he waited an hour to call 911, and that should be suspicious. But I don't feel like he did. But I read that in a bunch of different articles and a bunch of different things where it keeps saying that. But maybe I'm not seeing because there's no way he waited an hour after he got in. Because then that would have been red flag, suspicious. I mean, that would have been for sure suspicion. An hour, he could have done whatever, but I don't know. It keeps saying that, and it just doesn't make sense. And then, this is the thing. This is the thing I wanted to say. So they said there was tremendous amount of bruising all over her body, chest, thighs, legs, back. All the stuff that would be covered by clothes. And the bruises that were there were going back over a period of time. Like, they weren't just all fresh bruises, which the excuse that they were giving, law enforcement were giving, some kind of contact sport, or what did he say? Something about sports that you could get bruises. Maybe she bruises easily. But it all is stuff that where her clothes would be, so nobody would see it. A lot of abusers will make sure when they hit you and leave marks and bruises that it's under your clothes where people can't see it. I'm sorry. I think something was going on with her and her husband. I think he was abusive because, we were saying, how she was about to be married to him, and she was telling her mom that she wanted to move back to Harrisburg with her. You're about to marry your fiance and you're wanting to move back. She was really depressed and had really bad anxiety, just got on new medication for both. Said it was working great, the medicine. But when anybody asked her, why are you, why all this anxiety? She always blamed it on her work. And then her coworkers are like, no, she did great at work. I mean, we didn't see any, they noticed her acting more stressed, but I think it was something to do with at home. And then when I saw that there was bruises all over her under parts where the clothes would be, and they were old bruises, or they weren't just all fresh bruises. It just made me think she was hiding this because everybody probably liked him. Her fiance, she's probably scared to tell people because her family probably loved him, the whole city probably loved him. He was probably a well-liked guy, and he, some people, I don't know. I mean, that you could see how that would happen, where she's afraid to say anything. And then they like to blame themselves. Well, it must be me because he's perfect. Look, he's so perfect. It has to be me. I'm doing something wrong. And they're embarrassed to say anything to people. But I think her, saying to her mom, I want to move home. Is just a cry for help. She's trying to tell her, but she's slowly, one step at a time. So her first step is, Mom, I want to move home. And then maybe she gets closer to her parents and she's able to open up. But I bet you everybody loved him and she was just afraid to say anything. I don't know, that's just one of my theories, allegedly, or I mean, I don't know for sure, but everything that I'm learning, I feel like she just was so afraid to say anything, and it's just, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the spinal column is severed. It has to be a homicide. So the spinal column, if it was severed, yeah, I think I said that right earlier. I hope. So I think they said they kept. Yeah, they did keep the spinal column. Yep. Okay. So so I'm trying to think. So this spinal column is severed. I mean, isn't that? Can't they just tell if it's severed? I don't understand why that's like why they're debating it. Is it severed or isn't it severed? But the medical examiner kept the spinal column, but I wonder if it's because it was severed and he's hoping someday this case will get open and they'll see that it has to be a homicide, and he couldn't rule it a homicide because he tried and he got pressure from the law enforcement. So maybe he saved that because he, was hoping someday they will need it, and come back to it. I don't know. So yeah, they do have the spinal column. Let's see. And I guess there was also a trail of blood that he believes that to show that the body was moved. Okay, so it says, for years, the couple says they've struggled to get anyone to reinvestigate Ellen's death. Then in January, a small victory. A Philadelphia judge ruled the couple could move forward with a lawsuit against the city's medical examiner to get her official cause of death removed from the record. Some of the wounds are virtually impossible to be self-inflicted, and certainly at least 2 of the wounds from behind are so devastating as to render Ellen incapable of defending herself and could have been by themselves sufficient to kill her. And this person's saying, the 2 wounds would have rendered her paralyzed. It's like, I feel like they're just afraid to say it. Like, the medical examiner knows it. That's why he kept it. Like, come on, guys. Yeah, they changed it to suicide at the request of Philadelphia Police Department, a move that's puzzled many experts. The determination of manner of death is left to the medical experts, not left to the police department. And that is what is very, very disturbing about this case, Pedroza said. The Greenbergs can't understand why the ruling was switched and why experts disagree over what happened. So don't worry, I'm almost done with my notes, guys. Despite the ultimate ruling, several independent medical experts examined the case and determined it's more likely Greenberg died of homicide. Yet the manner of death was never changed. It's not because people are stupid. It's not because people are lazy. It's because they're doing it for a reason. And that is the big question here, the why. Exactly. So Greenberg's parents, Josh and Sandra, enlisted Brendan's expertise to help answer that question. Brendan believes pieces of evidence indicate the scene was staged. There's one piece of evidence, however, that baffles him nearly a decade later. If you walk into the scene and you take a look at the victim and for a few minutes just study the victim and you see the blood flow on the face, the victim is sitting in a corner, propped up against the kitchen cabinets. So any blood flow on the face should be flowing vertically. Oh, this is that. Yeah, vertically. But Brendan said the blood splatter didn't flow vertically. You see it flowing horizontally, which to me meant the victim was in a different position for a significant amount of time for that blood to dry and to coagulate the way it was. So the Greenbergs and Brennan say they're unsure why investigators never looked into the evidence further. Okay, so those are the rest of my notes. So let's go over the autopsy and see if there's anything to be found. All right. 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry. I forgot to turn that light on and just realized. Okay, so I know I'm not muted now right now. Okay. So the old creepy man in the neighborhood. Hi, Madam Butterfly 13. The High Priestess Tara. Tara at 610. Marcelozzi. He knew they'd need it for a murder case. Cough, cough. Yeah. Oh, really? That'd be awesome. Let's set something up. I'd love to do that. That'd be fun. Let's like set something up, like schedule something. Email me. We'll like plan it. Like give people a few days notice, and we'll set it up. You want to? I'd be down for that. Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, yeah. All right, so Sabib. Oh, Sabib, what's up? Nice to see you. You feeling okay? Love and Coco. What other mods do we got up in here? Tennessee Vols girl. I feel like I missed out on sometimes saying hi to all the mods. Thank you, mods. Okay. Oh, Anna Brown. Come back. I know, Marcelozzi. I love I like saying that. Marcelozzi. But now he needed it for a murder case. Yeah. Okay, so let's A for Advocate. Hey, next live. Oh, next week. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. No, but you're always welcome. All right, so let's go over the autopsy here. There's two reports. There's one like the official like autopsy report, and then there's this other one that's I'll show you here. We'll go over both of them, and then there's the investigation report. So we'll just go over all of it. If you guys don't get too bored of me like reading and just going over it, if you do, then you just talk and chat and ignore me. It's not a big deal. You know. You could tune me out if I get too annoying. Oh, I'm just messing with you guys. Mamma Mia, what's up? Yeah, High Priestess, definitely email me. You want to plan something? What is today? We could maybe do it this week. I know Sunday I won't. Well, maybe Sunday night. I know we're celebrating a few. I know there's Mother's Day Sunday, and then my grandma's birthday, and yeah, it's just going to be a kind of a busy day, but maybe Sunday night, I think. I don't know what time everybody will be gone. But today's Thursday. I don't know. Let's just plan something. I would love that, really. All right, so let's do this. I keep saying that. Well, I gotta check in with chat sometimes. My accent? Do I have one, Mesra? Wait, where are you from, Mesra? Where are you from? I mean, do I have an accent? Wait, whose birthday? Whose birthday, Laura? If you're talking about what I said, it's actually going to be my grandma's birthday, but is that what you mean? Carlene McPeak. Yeah, it's crazy. Isn't that crazy that they ruled this a suicide? So they're trying to get it opened. And why am I finding like articles, like when I'm reading some of this stuff, like sometimes they talk about a trial. So I'm like trying to figure out, did they get some kind of something? I don't know what they're referring to on the trial in this case, but I'm still trying to figure it all out. No, maybe they're talking about, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if we keep talking about it, and something's got to happen. I mean, because it's just right. It's right there. I mean, it's so obvious that that's not a suicide. I feel like I don't think it's physically possible to be a suicide. I'm sorry. It does not make sense. All right. So let me get this document up. We'll read the first one first. This. Oh, so this one is actually, maybe I'll have to read the other one first. Not that one. Not that one. All right, no, where is it? Well, I guess there's two. All right. Okay, so let's read this and see what we can make out. Forgive me on the pronunciation of some of these medical terms. I actually have not even read this yet, because sometimes I just like get all this stuff and I just want to read it first with you guys. Depending on, lately on the lives, that's how I just been doing it. Like, unless I do like recorded videos. So just, I haven't got to see the pronunciation on some of these, so I'm probably not going to pronounce all this stuff very well. Oh, okay. Just give me 1 minute though. Hold on. Actually, okay, High Priestess. Yay, we're going to do it. Libra scales. Yeah. Yeah, so I won't be able to get the 911 call, Libra. I was hoping I'd be able to find it. Shoot. You're saying that they don't even have it? All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's do this here. Hey, Van. Glad you're here. 100%. Nice. All right, there. Let's do it. Are you guys ready to go? Oh, you're getting sleepy, loving Coco. No, no, you're allowed. You're allowed. Thanks for being here. Okay. Casey, what's up? Yeah, hopefully that lawsuit. Yeah, that's the thing. Hopefully that. But it sucks because it's like, is it going to hurt the medical examiner? Because this wasn't even really the medical examiner's fault. You know, it was freaking, it's not fair because he was pressured by the law enforcement. Like, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get that changed. He shouldn't have backed down, I guess. Thanks, Sabib. Thank you. Aw. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm bringing it up, guys. I promise. Got it right there. Wait, where'd it go? I had it, and then it just disappeared. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's let's try to say some of these words. I'm already looking at it like, oh shoot, I don't know how to say half this stuff. Okay, so you ready? So we have Ellen Greenberg. So 5'7", 136 pounds, female, 27 years old. So the descendant is a 27-year-old female with a history of anxiety. Per the police investigation, the descendant's live-in fiance returned home. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay. Where are we? Returned home from the gym to find the door locked and the security latch on the door. He made several attempts to contact the descendant by yelling into the apartment, sending her a series of text messages, sending her an email, and calling her phone. The fiance ultimately broke into the apartment and found her dead in the kitchen. Multiple stab wounds to the chest, abdomen, back of the neck, a knife. Wow, I shouldn't be. I'm sorry. I'm not even laughing. I'm just laughing at myself because I can't talk. You have some water. Okay, so a knife, 12.5 centimeter blade is present in one of the chest wound at a depth of 10 centimeters. There is an incised wound to the right occipital scalp. I don't know if I said that right. The wounds are associated injuries to the aortic arch, the upper lobe of the left lung, liver, and the cervical spine cord at C2, C3 level dorsally. The spinal cord injury was evaluated grossly by neuropathology. It was concluded that the injury to the spinal cord would not have incapacitated the. Oh, so wait a minute. Would not have incapacitated the decent. Therefore, the decent would be able to inflict the subsequent stab wounds to her body. See, I don't know. I think that that's not accurate, but I don't know. There are, oh gosh, bilateral hemothoraces, hemopericardium, a small collection of I don't even know, blood over the vermis and the base of the right cerebellar hemisphere. There are no, I mean, I'm not going to be able to pronounce half this stuff. Like, what is this? Parenchyma. What is that though? Actually, let's look up. I don't even know what that is. It's good to know. Does anybody know? Parenchyma? Parenchyma, maybe? I just want to see what it is though. Does anybody know what that is? There are no gross defects to the parenchyma of the cerebellum or brainstem. Hold on, let me just see. Parenchyma is the functional tissue of an organ as distinguished from the connective and supporting tissue. So there was no gross defects to the parenchyma of the cerebellum or brainstem. Okay. I don't know. Oh, wait, did I get another? Oh, Larry, thank you. Thanks, Habib and Lemon Cocoa. Thanks. Okay. Where am I? There are bilateral. Yeah, I already read that one. Okay. Multiple contusions are on upper and lower extremities in various stages of resolution. DNA analysis of bloodstains on the knife and the descendant clothing only match her DNA. But we don't, I mean, that's the thing. It's like so pressured to like change it to this. Like, how do we know that he wasn't pressured to change other things? You know, I don't know. Analysis of the descendant's laptop provided no additional information. Okay. So the cause of death, multiple stab wounds, manner of death, suicide. Okay. So now it's going to, an autopsy was performed on the body of the descendant at the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office on January 27, 2011. The external examination was started at approximately 9 a.m. The internal examination was started at approximately 11 a.m. The clothing that accompanies the descendant consists of gray, purple hooded sweatshirt, gray sweatpants, and brown boots. External examination. Hold on a second. All right, give me 1 second, guys. All right, give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second. I need Okay, sorry guys. I had my nose was like, whew. Okay, so where are we at? I'm sorry, I have to keep leaving. Don't be mad. All right, let's go through this here. Where are we? I have to bring it back up. Here it is. Okay. Are you guys even interested in this? Okay, so I hope it doesn't annoy you because like when I come to a word that I don't know what it means, I like to actually like look it up so we kind of know. So and I feel like there's going to be a lot of those. All right, so let's do this. I think we were right here. So the external examination. The body is that of a 5'7", 136-pound white female who appears compatible with reported age of 27 years old. Man, it's so young, 27. That is so freaking young. It's crazy. Okay, the atraumatic scalp is covered by brown hair. What is atraumatic scalp? Why is that worded? Couldn't it just be scalp? Let's see what that means. I always like to know what everything means. Sorry. Okay, so atraumatic is causing minimal tissue injury. Oh, okay. So it's covered by brown hair. The facial bones have no palpable fractures. The irids are brown. The sclera are white. The conjunctive, I don't even know how to say that. What does that mean? Let's see. No petechia. Okay. Conjunctive. Let's see what that means. Conjunctive. Okay, so that's. Oh, okay. So it's the mucous membrane that covers the front of the eye and lines the inside of the eyelids. Okay. The external auditory. What is that? Hold on. Do you guys know what all these mean? Or should I know this stuff or no? Because I don't. Let's see. I don't even know how would you say that? What? Meatus. So that's a passage or opening leading to the interior of the body. Okay. So the external auditory meatus have no discharge. Okay. So just the opening. There's no discharge of coming from our ears, I guess. The nares are what? Why do can't they just use normal words? Oh, I know, but why? Okay, just nostrils. The nasal bones and nasal septum are intact. The lips are atraumatic, so we know that what that means now. Oh, thanks for joining, Star L. Welcome. Thank you. Did I just miss a... Wait a minute. It looked like it, and then it... Okay, so... Hold on. So we know... Where were we at? So the lips are atraumatic. So it's like limited. Remember, the atraumatic is just minimal tissue injury. The oral cavity has no injuries. The tongue has no injuries. The teeth are natural and in good repair. The neck is symmetric. The chest is symmetric. The abdomen is flat. The body... Why? I just want to make sure that we're not... Oh, okay. So just... I know. I didn't even know what...
Habitus.
Habitus is a person's general constitution, especially physical build. So the body habitus is mesomorphic. The neck is symmetric, or the back is symmetric. The upper and lower extremities have no deformities or fractures. External genitalia are those of an adult female. The anus and perineum have no trauma or abnormalities. All right, so looks like that's the external examination. An elliptical, horizontally oriented 0.4 times 2 centimeter stab. Stab wound is centered 30 centimeters below the top of the head and the midline of the chest. Wait, centimeters below the top of the head in the midline of the chest. The medial end of the wound is sharp. The lateral end is blunt. The edges of the wound are smooth. The wound is approximately 0.4 centimeters when reapproximated. The wound extends through the skin of the chest for a depth of 0.2 centimeters. Associated with the wound track are hemorrhages in the adjacent soft tissues of the chest. The pathway of the wound with the body in the normal anatomic position is front to back. So the stab wound B of the chest, an elliptical horizontally oriented 0.3 by 0.1 centimeter stab wound is centered 31 centimeters below the top of the head in the midline of the chest. The ends of the wound are sharp. The edges of the wound are smooth. The wound is approximately 0.3 centimeters when reapproximated. The wound extends through the skin of the chest for a depth of 0.2. I want to see if I actually could bring up. Oh, well, I have that up. If I'll bring up that picture of all the. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. I want to see if I could do that. Let's see. Do that. Do that. There we go. So you could kind of see like the stab wounds here. Hold on. Okay, so this, now that we're talking about this, it kind of will help go along. Okay, so where are we? I think we're right here. Stab wound B of the chest is an elliptical horizontally oriented 0.3 by, I guess we probably don't have to go through each one because there's like 20 of them. Maybe just the neck ones. Let's see, stab wound of the chest. So all these stab wounds, they're all with the same knife, so I just want to see maybe the ones that were to her spinal column, see what they say. Okay. Let's see. Stab wound K of the neck, an elliptically vertically oriented 2 by 0.2 centimeter. Stab wound is centered 9 centimeters below the top of the head and 2 centimeters to the left of midline. A 1 by 0.2 centimeter serrated abrasion is associated with the wound. The ends of the wound are sharp. The edges of the wound are smooth. The wound is approximately 1 centimeter when reapproximated. The 0.3 centimeter deep wound extends through the skin of the posterior neck. Associated with the wound track are hemorrhages in the adjacent soft tissue of the posterior neck. The pathway of the wound with the body in the normal anatomic position is slightly left to right, back to front. Here's another one of the neck. The ones that, it was what, N and L, or what was the ones where... Hold on. I wonder if they're labeled the same. N and T. I want to see N and T, if these are actually labeled like the same. Those are the... Okay, here we go. N, let's see. An elliptical vertically oriented 1.1 by 0.4 centimeter stab wound is centered 13 centimeters below the top of the head and 0.5 centimeters to the left of the midline. The ends of the wound are sharp. The edges of the wound are smooth. The wound is approximately 1.2 centimeters when reapproximated. The 8 centimeter deep wound extends through the skin and muscles of the posterior neck through the occipital triangle and into the ligamentum nuchae. That reminds me. Never mind. Randy, where are you? Okay. So associated with the wound track are hemorrhages in the adjacent soft tissues and muscles of the posterior neck, a defect in the ligamentum. I want to look what that is. Might as well, right? Are you guys bored? Oh, you think, Libra? There's 2 knives? Why? Wait, well, why do you think that? 2 separate knives were used. Some of the slices into the skin were smooth and some were shown to have serrated knife use. All right, I don't know. I have to look at that. I didn't. What was I looking up? I wanted to look up something. I didn't know what it was. Where is it? Oh. Because it was twice I saw it and I wasn't sure exactly what it was. Now I can't find it. Okay, associated with the wound. Oh, that one. Okay. So that ligamentum, I'm trying to look up what that is. I guess I should have looked up here to show you a picture, but yeah. Incisors, small vessels overlying the cerebellum. A subarachnoid hemorrhage over the vermis. Oh my god. It's like I want to know exactly what they're freaking saying. At all. Yeah. Oh, so is there, okay, so we're doing, no, because that was one of, if these are labeled the same, it would be N and T, right? But I'm not sure. Is there a T? Yeah, okay. So those are the 2 that one I just read and this T are the 2 that possibly could have rendered her like paralyzed. And if that was the case, then it had to be a homicide. But this is saying that it didn't, but we don't know. Was he pressured to say that? And why did he save that part of the spinal column? Why would you save it if there's got to be a reason, right? Yeah, so this is the other one right here. Let me see if I could bring up. I'll just do it on my phone, I guess. Oh, wait, I could do it on this. There's a lot of words I don't know what they mean in here, so let's see if we can figure it out. Unless if you guys think it's just too boring. Why is all right. We will do so because these are the 2 important ones. Is this N and T? Because those are the ones that I keep going the wrong way. It was these 2 that could have paralyzed her. So, but of course, at the beginning he said no, it wasn't severed. So, but I don't know. I'm just not buying it for some reason. Edges of the wound are smooth. The wound is approximately 1.5 centimeters when reapproximated. So the muscle of the back between the 2nd and 3rd cervical vertebra laterally and incises the dura, covering the subjacent spinal cord. So associated with the wound track are hemorrhages in the adjacent soft tissues and muscles of the left side of the back, a defect of the dura and focal epidural hemorrhage. Grossly, there is bulging of the cervical cord subjacent to the dural defect. So other injuries. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Here's the other injuries, guys. So we have the right upper arm has a round 3 by 4 centimeter contusion. The right forearm has a 3 by 1.5 centimeter area of 3 round contusions. The right lower quadrant of the abdomen has a 3 by 3.5 centimeter contusion. The right thigh has a vertical row of round contusions that are a 2.5 by 3 centimeter, 4.5 by 3 centimeter, and 5 by 6 centimeter. Above the right knee is a 4.5 by 3 centimeter area of round contusions. Internal examination. The firm brown muscles of the interior neck have no hemorrhage or injuries. The adjacent connective tissue and vessels of the interior aspect of the cervical spine are unremarkable. The clavicles, sternum, and pelvic bones have no fractures. The hyoid bone and thyroid cartilage are intact. The peritoneal cavity has no adhesions. The intrathoracic and intra-abdominal organs are in their normal positions. The smooth epicardium has a normal amount of subepicardial Let me see what that means again. I don't know what the heck that is. Sub. Subepicardial tissue. Yeah, okay. So the subepicardial adipose tissue is what are we looking at here? Refers to the fat that exists on the surface of the myocardium and is contained entirely beneath the pericardium, thus surrounding and in the direct contact with major coronary arteries. Well, I'm trying to. It still doesn't tell me because I'm not familiar with. Oh well. The heart is 230 grams. The right coronary artery supplies the posterior interventricular septum. Oh, let's see if there's anything that is interesting. I'm going to skip some of this. Bowels are normally formed. No. Okay, so. I mean, it looks like I feel like that's saying everything's pretty normal, right? Yeah, let's see. The esophagus has a white tan, longitudinal folded mucosa. I mean, it's an empty stomach. No erosions or ulcers. Everything's normal. Appendix, intestines. The rectum is filled with green stool. Gallbladder's empty. Pancreas has no masses or cysts. Yeah, the right kidney. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're just saying everything is normal, but with all this. Yeah. Yeah, so that's. Let's see, drug screen. All right, let's see. Drug screen includes screening for the following drugs. Let's see what they found. Oh, where the heck is the... Oh, there it is. Oh my God, it was right above it. Am I an idiot? No benzos, no fentanyl, no opiates, no opiates. Negative. Zolpidem, that's freaking. Wait a minute. Why? I thought. Are you guys still with me here? I feel like I just bored everybody with this stuff. Is everybody with me? Anybody? I feel like a lot of people left. So yeah, so she wasn't really on drugs. She had her clonazepam, which was for anxiety. The zolpidem is Ambien for sleep. So I mean, she was just, it's not. She was on the stuff that was expected. And she even told her mom, remember that the clonazepam was working great for her anxiety. Ambien is like, I used to work in the pharmacy for like 3 years, and Ambien was like one of the high prescribed medicines. It was like one of our really fast, because you'd have like fast, real fast. Ambien was always on like the fast. It was like right on the counter because it was prescribed so much, because we filled so many of them, because it was just like so many people are on Ambien. So that's pretty common. And even clonazepam is pretty common for, anxiety. It's supposed to be short term though. Benzos should always be like a short term. Yeah, for short term anxiety, but it's not always the case. They're very addictive, and your tolerance builds up so quick on benzos. But yeah, okay, so I guess that's all on that. So let me do the investigation report here. Unless if you guys are so bored. I feel like all those big words, and then my stupid way, like if I was just doing this by myself though, I would still be probably on page 1, because I would be looking up everything like that's. I just have to know like everything that it says and exactly what it means. So I would be like making sure I understood it exactly and pictured it all in my head, but I can't put you guys through that on a live. So I kind of just, so maybe I should have went over it ahead of time, but I'm weird like that. You should see me studying for exams. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me do, we could do the investigation report. Let's do this real quick. Yeah, let's do this, the investigation report. This will be a little bit more interesting for some of you guys. Oh, Linda, how long have you been on it? Yeah, doctors won't. That's the thing. Like, but oh man, benzos are highly addictive. Your tolerance is built up so quick with like, benzos are like Xanax, clonazepam, Valium's a benzo. What else? I can't think. Lorazepam. It's supposed to be, it really is supposed to be just a short-term anxiety fix for like really like, what do they call that? Like, I can't think of the word, where there's just something specific causing that anxiety in the moment that you just need to get past. But if you have like generalized anxiety, you should not be on benzos. You should be on like other kind of things, but just like a specific type of anxiety, like, I don't know if you call it like situational type anxiety for a specific period of time where there's a lot of anxiety for some reason, it's going to pass, and then they give you that. But that's not what they always do. They prescribe it probably when they shouldn't. I mean, I'm not going to complain, because I'm just saying they're really highly addictive, and your tolerance builds up really, really fast with them. And you just got to be careful coming off of them. You can't just come off of them cold, like just, oh, I'm just going to quit, because it could be dangerous. I mean, you can, but it could be dangerous. So it's best to wean yourself off of them. Well, wait, are you still taking them? Like right now, Linda? Hey, I mean, if it's helping you, I mean, just know when you come off, just kind of slowly come off. All right, so oh, thanks, Jennifer. I'm glad somebody likes it, or I'm glad, yeah, at least some of you guys, because I don't know, because lately I feel like I started off doing more like recorded videos, but the last like half a year I've been just doing like mostly lives, and I kind of like it though. But then it's really like just like I improvise. Like sometimes I'm not even prepared, or I don't want to say not prepared, but I don't have sometimes I don't have things prepared. Sometimes I do like this, but I haven't even really read it yet. I was reading it first with you guys here, and then I don't know. It's just I like it as long as you guys don't get annoyed with it. I'm sure some of you do, but I guess I should just care about the ones that don't, right? Because the ones that do, then I guess they just don't like me. And if you do, then you do. So I guess I should worry about the ones that like me, right? All right. Jessica, what's up? Marcelosi, thanks. Lavina, yeah, I know. That's what I like. That's why I purposely sometimes don't. I save it to do it with you guys because I want to learn with you guys. So sometimes it works out, and sometimes I'm like, gosh, I wish I would have looked over it ahead of time. But for the most part, I like doing it this way. So I don't know, Jessica. Yeah. Do you? Oh, you just, I don't know. That is weird. Wonder what happened, because you should have at least been good for a month. That's weird. Huh. Oh, Fallon, thank you. Oh, I should have had you come up, Mesra, to go explain the autopsy then. Oh, there you are. But did you have to? But that's not fair if you have to pay twice. Because you should have still been covered for that. I mean, I feel like it wasn't a month ago, was it? Let me know, because I hope they didn't try to make you do it twice. Oh, thanks, Carlene. Okay, so I'm gonna go over this document and then maybe a little bit of this other one, and then you guys, like I said, I'm gonna end it and then come back. So those of you that have some cases, open panels next. I keep saying it because I want, in case if somebody just joined, so you know, if you want to come up, get your case ready, and then we'll do it. Okay, so let me just go over this one real quick. This one's not too long. All right. Okay. So it's on 1/26/11 at 1931. Detective Sierra 9103 of homicide called to report the death of the above descendant found in her apartment with a knife in her chest. At scene, I arrived to the scene at 20:27 and was met by 5th District Police Snipe 6358 and Young 6960 holding a log. Ferguson, the sign, okay. Homicide Sierra 9103 and Peters arrived a short time later. The descendant's fiance, Samuel Goldberg, along with his family and some friends, are also present. Background: the descendant's fiance, Samuel Goldberg, reportedly left the descendant at the apartment around 16:45 to go to the gym. He returned around 17:15 to 17:30 and was unable to get into the apartment. He opened the door with his keys, but the door was secure from the inside. He proceeded to try and contact the descendant via text messages, telephone calls, and emails for approximately an hour before he. Oh, that's where the hour is. It was just worded weird. It was an hour before. Okay. So he tried to do that, but an hour before he forced entry into the apartment. An apartment security man was reportedly present during the entry. He immediately discovered her and called 911. Radio time is at 1833. He was briefly instructed to start CPR until he noticed a knife in her chest, then was instructed to stop. PFD Medic 5 responded and pronounced death at 1840. Body in vicinity. The location of death is in the kitchen of the descendant's apartment located at the Venus Loft Apartments, 4601 Flat Rock Road, Unit 603, Philadelphia. It is a 2-bedroom apartment on the 6th floor of the building, shared by the descendant with her fiancé Samuel Goldberg. The apartment is well kept, clean. The inside lock to the front door, a common latch, solid bar, door guard, is broken with the screws on the door loose, obviously forced in when in a locked position. Throughout the entire apartment, there is no evidence of a struggle. Furniture and items appear in place. Nothing is obviously missing or disturbed. There are numerous valuables present: money, keys, 3 laptop computers, 1 in the kitchen on the island, appears to be Goldberg's, 1 in the master bedroom suite on the floor, appears to be the descendants as evidenced by wedding material, and 1 on an additional bedroom desk appears to be descendants' work computer as evidenced by numerous teaching materials. The descendant is a teacher. There's no note found or anything indicative of suicide on the computers or in the rest of the apartment. The only way to exit the apartment with the front doorway locked is through a rear slider leading to a patio. The patio is 6 stories high. There is a snow present with no tracks or footprints, completely undisturbed. The ambient temperature is inside the apartment reads 69 degrees Fahrenheit on a thermostat. The incident occurred during a winter snowstorm. Prescription medication are recovered from a bedstand located in the master bedroom. Prescriber Dr. Ellen Berman. Alprazolam, that's Xanax right there. Alprazolam is clonazepam and zolpidem, and zolpidem is Ambien. So I wonder if she was. Oh, but the only thing in her system was clonazepam and zolpidem. But wonder why she had prescription for Xanax and clon. I wonder from the same doctor, or unless, I don't know. Maybe she took those and they were a little bit too strong, and then he prescribed her something else. Because Xanax is like the strongest of that class of drugs. But anyway, a paper booklet is in the descendant's pocketbook that's on a chair at the living room island, resembles a journal of her medications and her state of mind while taking. Wait, what does it say? Let me read that again. A paper booklet is in the descendant's pocketbook that's on a chair at the living room island, resembles a journal of her medications and her state of mind while taking, last dated 1/16. The descendant's cell phone is in the master bedroom. Review of all her call and messages log reveals last outgoing call was to a number, and it was at 14:33, duration 30 seconds. Wait, 14:33. I wonder who that was to. What? So 14. I want to see some. What time was it that he left for the gym? The apartment around. Oh, okay, so that was 16:45. So like 2 hours after. 2 hours before was her last outgoing call. It was 2 hours before he left for the gym. Last missed call was to a programmed. Additional missed calls from a program, Sam Goldberg. And I'm sure that's when he was pretending to try to get a hold of her. No, allegedly pretending. So last outgoing text to a program at 15. Okay, so her last text was at 15:47. But of course, he could have done that. He could have used her phone. So that was about. Wait. Where are we at? Last outgoing text. Okay. 1547 says about an hour before Sam went to the gym would be her last outgoing text. Whether it was done by her or not, I don't know. But see, that that makes sense. Maybe it was, and maybe he killed her like right before he went to the gym, or like an hour before, and then cleaned up a little bit. So that would still go along if that was her that made that last outgoing text an hour before he left for the gym. I don't know. Okay, so here's those texts that he sent her. Hello, open the door. What are you doing? I'm getting pissed. Hello, you better have an excuse. What the F? You have no idea. So those were the texts he was texting her when he couldn't get in. The descendant is on the hardwood kitchen floor, located just inside the door entrance. The descendant is found. Wait, I always forget how to say this right. I'm not even going to say it because I feel like I always say it wrong, and then people correct me, with her head and some of her upper body, shoulders resting against the lower half of the white kitchen cabinets next to the range. Okay, so, but see, I think she was moved. Well, yeah, because of that blood. And then, like I said, they said on the 911 call, I'm pretty sure that's what that guy was saying, that Sam, when on the 911 call, was actually describing her laying down, not sitting up. So I guess that makes sense. Like I said, with the blood horizontally, but then let's say he sits her up, but then should be blood all where her head would have been, which there wasn't. So that doesn't make sense. Like there was a cleanup, man. Anyway, her body, starting with the head, is facing north and the legs west. She is clad in a zipper-up, dark-colored shirt over top a t-shirt, gray sweatpants, underwear, and a light brown Ugg boots. A pair of eyeglasses are on the floor to the right of the descendant. Okay. A white towel. Yeah, that's another thing. A white towel is grasped in her left hand. And they said it was like clean. I mean, there was nothing on it, no blood or anything. A hair tie or scrunchie is on her right wrist. There are no personal effects on the body. Oh, yeah, that's true. So then, okay, that's weird because if he describes her, yeah, maybe that's why they are assuming that she was laying down, because he was supposedly giving her CPR. And then, but then when they found her, when they came in, she was sitting up. So, because it was 3 minutes into the 911 call where he started giving her CPR supposedly, and then 3 minutes in, he discovered the knife in her chest, and then he told them, and then they told him to stop giving her CPR. So maybe that's when he sat her up. I don't know. I gotta have another sip of water. Yeah, Henry Lee. Yep, Libra. A lot of people said it was consistent with homicide, but even the freaking medical examiner said it at first. All right, let's see. Okay, upon further examination of the body, the descendant has a knife embedded in her left chest through her clothing. And that's another thing, but I know a lot of people will disagree, but some of them are saying that it's not normal if it was a suicide, and it's not normal to stab yourself through the clothes if you're stabbing yourself. I mean, I don't know what's normal or not. I mean, stabbing yourself in general is not normal, but I guess it's maybe from what they see of people doing it, usually they move their clothes away and not stab through the clothes. I mean, it makes sense to me, but some people were saying, no, that I could see that. But to me, I feel like it does make sense because I don't know. I could see you moving your clothes to stab yourself rather than stabbing through the clothes, but maybe not all the time. Anyway, let's see. There are multiple stab wounds examined at the scene. At the chest where the knife is located, a few superficial grouped nearby. One to the left upper chest near the clavicle, 2 more at the mid chest between and just below the breasts. There are defects to the shirts consistent with underlying wounds. There are no defense injuries to the hands, wrists, or forearms. The right hand is closed in a loose fist. Postmortem findings at arrival at 2027 and 2155 are the same. The body is mostly flaccid. I would like to see, like, did they estimate a time of death? You know? I just think she was dead before. You know, and then the dried blood, like on her cheek. I mean, let's see. The hands appear to be slightly stiff. The body is cool to the touch at the extremities and warm to the touch at the torso. Front and back. Lividity is inconspicuous. Findings are consistent with current position of the body. Let's see. Blood is present on the head, in the hair, and neck. The right hand has blood on it. So the right hand, okay. Wonder if she's right-handed. On the front side of her shirt, along her pants, on the front side, and on top of both of her boots is blood. The right boot has blood on the sole. The blood around her is generally confined to the area of the body, on the floor underneath, and on the face of the cabinets behind her. One small blood splatter is on the cabinet to the left of the body. 2 separate drops of blood splatter are on the granite countertop above her. 2 kitchen knives are in the sink adjacent to the body. Well, there you go. 2 kitchen knives. I mean, wonder if, I don't know. Why do I think, well, I guess if it is a homicide and there was a cleanup, there could be 2 knives. And I think it was. I mean, I do think there was I just don't think it was a suicide. But Libra, you said something like you think it shows that there was 2 knives? I'll have to go back over the autopsy, those stab wounds, because I skipped over a lot of them, and see what you're talking about. I mean, I'll do that on my own. Okay, so there are free of any blood or tissue. The sink underneath is dry and also bears no evidence of blood or tissue. A knife block is on the counter between the sink and range. It is turned over to the side. 3 utensils are a spatula, fork, and paring knife, all that bears no evidence of blood or tissue. The knife in her body is consistent with the knife set found in the sink and in the block. Police at the scene provided the information described in the background section. Uniformed police briefly canvassed the hall. At the time, no neighbors reported any loud noises or arguments. Fiance Samuel Goldberg, police initially interviewed him. He provided the information described in the background section. He was taken to NWDD for further interviews. So parents, Ellen, Joshua, and Sandra Greenberg interviewed on 127. The identification was completed via telephone by the descendants' parents, Joshua and Sandra Greenberg. They were notified of the death by the parents of the descendant's fiance. Mom states she last talked to the descendant the same day at 7. The same day at 7. Okay. When they were both on their way to work. Okay. They had a pleasant conversation. She gave no indication that something was imminently wrong. The descendant has been battling issues with anxiety since the end of last year. Mom states she was struggling with something. for which she urged her to seek help. She was seeing a psychiatrist, Ellen Berman, in Marion Station. The descendant, as described as anxious, insecure, not sure of herself, and not liking how she felt, characteristics that were not the norm for her entire life. The descendant expressed to the parents that she was a bit overwhelmed with her classroom work. The descendant's occupation is a teacher for the school district of Philadelphia, currently teaching at Juanita Academy Elementary School. Employed for 3 years. She is described as a bright woman who was very successful and recently received her master's degree in education and certified in reading specialty. The day the incident occurred is the same day that the school grades were to be handed in. The descendant was in a committed relationship with Sam Goldberg. They had been together for 3 years, recently engaged over the summer. Parents have no reservations about their relationship. They described the fiancé Sam as a fine young man. They were happy to have him as an in-law. They have no knowledge of any verbal or physical abuse. But see, that goes along with, they all like him. They love him. He's such a great guy. Oh, he's a fine young man. Like, it made it harder for her to, like, reach out and say this stuff because, number one, she's going to think, wow, this is such a great guy. There must be something wrong with me. You know, a lot of people think that. And then, I mean, I think she would have eventually got it out, but I don't know. Would she have married him? I don't know, because she was saying she wanted to move back home. Maybe she wouldn't have. And all those bruises on her body, I'm sorry. All in places that are covered with clothes, they said. No, there's something suspicious about that. Don't you guys think? Oh, really? Oh, Montana. You have an issue of becoming a member, you said? Are you talking about for my channel, or something somewhere else? Yeah, okay. Let me finish reading this and then it's almost done. Where are we? Okay. Why am I forgetting where we are? I think we're here. They were happy to have him as an in-law. They have no knowledge of any verbal or physical abuse. The parents deny any previous suicide attempts or ideations. The incident is a surprise to them despite her issues with anxiety. So this is psychiatrist Ellen Berman interviewed via phone on 127. When notified of the death, Berman was upset. She states that the descendant was a new patient of hers, only seeing her 3 times. She was scheduled for an appointment on 127. The descendant presented initially as severe anxiety for 2 months. During her brief sessions, it was believed that she was having difficulty with work, overwhelmed, and felt pressure. She did not mention that she was doing well. She did mention that she was doing well, but the school district changed some regulations. She also had issues with difficult students. She didn't know whether to quit or work through it. Berman was in the process of developing a treatment plan and was in contact with the descendant's mother, who called expressing concerns for her daughter. There was never any feeling of suicidal thoughts. When asked about her fiancé, the descendant had nothing but good things to say about him. Mentioned they were getting married and he was wonderful. Berman even noted a smile when she spoke of him. Berman recalls asking about abuse. The descendant denied any verbal or physical confrontations. The descendant was initially prescribed medication, although she expressed the uneasiness of taking medication. Oh, She tried Zoloft first and then switched to a low dose of Xanax. So she was. After no success, Berman prescribed her Ambien. They spell it wrong. They put a T. It's just Ambien and oh my God, I can't say this. Klonopin. Oh, I need some water. That's clonazepam. But so that makes sense why the Xanax was there. So she tried it, didn't like the Xanax, then she prescribed her something else. That's crazy because Xanax is like the strongest one of them, but okay, where am I? There was never any indication of abusive behavior. The scene and body were examined. Oh my God, why can't I read right now? Hold on, just give me a minute, guys. It's like when I start reading so long, I can't even do it anymore. It's like, oh, I don't know why I get that way. I don't know if I start getting nervous or something. I don't know what it is. It's like I can't even pronounce words anymore. But I promise I really know how to. Well, no, not some of those medical ones, but like just normal freaking words. It's weird. I don't know. Oh, you guys probably think I'm silly. Oh, well, it is what it is. That's just me. I don't know why it's like that. Okay, so where are we at? The scene and body were examined, interviews were conducted, and photographs were taken. The knife was kept in place during transport. The RX meds and small booklet was taken as evidence. The body was ordered for transportation to the MEO via police wagon for further postmortem examination. The knife recovered from the autopsy is a single-edged serrated blade approximately 12.5 centimeters in length and 1.5 centimeters wide. The handle is also approximately 12.5 centimeters in length. It is a Cutco brand steak knife. So it says video is available for further information on surveillance. I would like to see that, but this is the same. Oh. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Why did... Hold on, guys. Oh, they just put that together. Okay, never mind. This one just put everything together, and the other one had it separate. Wonder why. Wait, now there's... Oh, there is more. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. So this... It's just... Some of this stuff, it's like... It's a different document, but it's a lot of the same stuff repeated, and I don't want to bore you. Okay, so let's just try to read... How many more pages? Some of it. I'll just skip some of it because there are some things that might be kind of interesting like this. Some of the more details. So let's see here. Like I said, if you get bored, just chat amongst each other and I'll be there in a minute. So this is like clinical summary. Miss Ellen Greenberg, 27 years old, was found dead by her fiance in their locked apartment, January 26. Goldberg reported that he left their apartment for the gym in the apartment building at 16:45 that afternoon and returned between 7:15 and 7:30. He stated that he tried to contact the descendant via text, telephone, email, 1 hour and attempting to get back in, but he got no response. 911 call was made at 18:33. The solid bar door guard was broken. An apartment security man was reportedly present during Mr. Goldberg's entry, but he says no, he wasn't. He was briefly instructed to start CPR until he noticed a knife in her chest and was instructed to stop. Medics pronounced death at 1840. No evidence of a struggle. Valuables were present. Nothing was missing in the apartment. The descendant was found in the kitchen with her head up, body resting against the lower half of the kitchen cabinets. Blood was present on the head and the hair. Yeah, that's actually the same. So a knife was embedded into her left chest. It was a single-edged serrated. We already went through that. There was a no. Okay, the last outgoing call was 30 seconds. Yeah, we already got that. It doesn't say the recipient of the call. It's basically what she was wearing again. A pair of eyeglasses on the floor. A white towel was grasped in her left hand. It is not known if there was blood on the towel, but there's other things that said that there wasn't blood, so I don't know. Her and her fiance had been together 3 years. Parents liked him. No, there was no knowledge of physical or verbal abuse. No report of a detailed interrogation of the fiance is available. How did the descendant behave before Mr. Goldberg went to the gym? Only 30 minutes earlier. Her mother stated that when she spoke with the descendant that morning, they had a pleasant conversation. Okay. And she knew her daughter was struggling with something. And then, she went to a psychiatrist, stressed, upset about her job. I guess it's just, I don't know if there's anything new. And then talks about being prescribed Zoloft first and switched to a low dose of Xanax. After no success, went to Ambien and Klonopin. On January 17th. On January 17th, it was specifically noted by the psychiatrist, she starts thinking about everything else, not suicidal. January 19th, Dr. Berman noted way better. Miss Greenberg denied any verbal or physical confrontations with her fiance. Also reviewed as a diary-like emailed account, Miss Ellen Greenberg reportedly responded to this close friend's text on January 26th about 12 p.m. saying, yeah, you are getting out early. Wait, also. So, and then it says Philadelphia schools were getting out early on the account of the snowstorm. Miss Greenberg's response was, thank goodness. And then, as published in newspapers on February 1st, 2011, the medical examiner's office ruled the death as a homicide based on Philadelphia Police Department's announcement on January 28th. A few days later, the police department backed away, making a statement that the case had not been ruled a homicide and was being investigated as suspicious. However, on February 18th, the police retracted their original ruling and officially declared the death of Ellen Greenberg had been ruled a suicide. Philadelphia City Assistant Medical Examiner listed multiple stab wounds as the cause of death. The manner was ruled to be suicide. So there was multiple stab wounds to the chest, abdomen, 8 to the chest, 1 to the abdomen, 10 to the back of the neck, and 1 to the scalp. Wow. Injuries to the aortic arch, left upper lung lobe, liver and dorsal cervical spine cord. So then here's some of those wounds. Oh, this kind of describes them a little bit better, I feel like. I mean, no, well, front to back. Like slightly upward. Yeah, and this is those contusions again, like Multiple contusions in various stages of resolution were present on the upper and lower extremities, right upper arm, right forearm, right lower abdomen, right thigh, round contusions in a vertical row, and above the right knee. Man. What was the most likely manner of death? I can make this bigger, sorry. Suicidal. So it says, what was the most likely manner of death? Suicidal stab wounds can rarely be multiple. Suicides by stabbings are becoming less frequent, with simpler choices being drugs, hanging, or gunshot. Cutting of the wrist and throat is often associated with suicide, whereas stab wounds to the back are unlikely to be suicide. A murder usually involves multiple stab wounds to the side, back, or stomach. In a suicide, there may be additional cuts across the wrist or tentative stabbings to see if it will hurt or to work up courage. Then there will usually only be one wound, and most likely in the chest. So the multiple stab wounds to the back of the upper neck and lower head found at autopsy were unlikely suicidal stab wounds, especially the different directions that KL, Q, R, and S, with vertical direction left to right, vertical or straight vertical of M, N, and T, and right to left horizontal, O, and vertical P. The locations of the stab wounds high up the back of the neck and lower back of the head are also unlikely for self-inflicted wounds. A suicide victim will frequently leave a note. There was none. There was also no indication that the descendant was suicidal from the standpoint of her own family, friends, professional associates, and the psychiatrist who had evaluated her. There had not been any indication that she had the intention to commit suicide or was depressed during the day she was found dead. She seemed her usual self in the morning when she had a telephone conversation with her mother, and later at midday during her texting with a friend at approximately noon. It would be important to find out from the fiancé how she behaved barely half an hour before when he left their apartment, as he claimed. A suicide victim will rarely stab herself through her clothing. Instead, she will open her shirt to expose the skin. Stabbings through clothing may indicate homicide. It is not known if fingerprints on the knife were taken and examined. Opinion. Following the review of all submitted documents, the results of the autopsy, and the accounts from the investigation, based upon reasonable degree of medical certainty, it is my professional opinion that the manner of death of Ellen Greenberg is strongly suspicious of homicide. So, yeah, and this is, let's see, material inspection of organ tissue. It says, after the review of the above information, I can offer the following opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty. There was evidence of stab wound which penetrated the cranial cavity and severed the cranial nerves and brain. As a result, she would experience severe pain, cranial nerve dysfunction, and traumatic brain signs and symptoms, including numbness, tingling, irregular heartbeat, bradycardia, respiratory depression, neurogenic shock, and impaired loss of consciousness. There was evidence of strangulation. There was a mark over the front of the neck, which was consistent with a fingernail mark. There was multiple bruises under the neck and in the strap muscles over the right side of the neck. Well, how the medical examiner didn't put that? What? The patterns were compatible with a manual strangulation. Wow. There were multiple bruises over the body, some of which were fresh, many of which were older. The patterns were consistent with a repeated beating. The scene findings were indicative of a homicide. Oh, man. So this says, after After review of the photographs and reports sent to Henry Lee Institute of Forensic Science, the following were observed. Photo 1 shows a view of the door leading into the residence with security lock visible. Some damage appears to be in the area of this lock in the close-up photograph. There does not appear to be damage to the door jamb or evidence of break-in at the deadbolt lock from the other side of the door. A person can be seen on the floor in the corner of the kitchen cabinet. The view of the descendant in photo 2 shows a female on the kitchen floor with her head and shoulders against the corner cabinets near the stove and sink. A pair of glasses are on the floor to the descendant's right hand. Blood-like stains are seen on the floor and on the woman's clothing. A white towel is in her left hand. Several blood stains appear to be on the kitchen counter sink, near the sink. A close-up view of the descendant's head and shoulders is seen in photo 3, shows a knife in her left upper chest. There are blood-like stains on the knife, her face and on her face and clothes. There appear to be several cuts on her head. The blood is flowing in different directions on her face. This could mean that she moved after receiving the initial bleeding injuries to her head. The location of several of the wounds would be difficult position for her to cause these wounds. Man. The descendant's upper body and the cabinets behind her are shown in photograph 4. Swipe-type patterns can be seen on the cabinet corner area. There are also some blood splatter patterns and a blood dripping in a downward direction on the cabinet to her right. These stains indicate that the descendant received some of her wounds while she was above the level of the stains. The swipe patterns are consistent with having been formed when she fell to the floor. Photograph 5 shows her middle torso and lower arms. There are at least 300 to 400 blood drops on her upper thigh and waist area. These stains are consistent with vertical blood drops formed when blood fell from her wounds into this area while she was sitting in a sitting position. There's also blood on the floor between her legs. Based on the appearance of the blood stains and their locations, these are consistent with the knife being inserted at the area where she was found. She later fell onto the floor with the dripping wounds over her legs. Some blood stains are seen on her right hand. No defensive type wounds can be seen. The descendant's lower extremities are shown in photograph 6. Multiple blood drops are seen on the upper legs, with additional drops noted on the lower legs and on the boot tops. A closer view of the left boot shows several vertical blood drops on the boot top and the sides of the boot sole. Okay, so some of these stains appear to be the result of vertical blood drops. Based on the number and distribution of the drops, these stains are consistent with having been from her initial injuries. If the descendant had received a massive injury while upright, the number of stains should have been greater. So wait, if the descendant had received a massive injury while upright, the number of stains should have been greater. The descendant's right hand and the area around her right hand is shown in photograph 8. There's a blood smear on her right hand. A few blood drops can be seen on the floor, which may indicate that she was upright for some of her injuries. There's no indication of cleaning in this area. Photograph 9 is a closer view of the blood stains on the cabinet doors near the descendant's head. Several blood stains can be seen that are dripping downward, further indicating that she was upright when she received some of her wounds. A small amount of cast-off type blood stains are also seen in this area of the cabinets, indicating a downward direction. I mean, I wonder if these photographs are available to the public or something. I don't know. So photograph 10 is a close-up picture of a reddish-colored stains on the counter. It is unknown if the stain is in fact blood. If, however, it is blood, it is consistent with a blood drop with some splatter. This would be further indication that the descendant was upright when she received some of her injuries, then subsequently fell to the floor, leaning back against the cabinet. So photograph 11 shows the inside of the sink in the kitchen, 2 knives, a wash brush are in the sink. Other photographs show cut fruit and other knives on the kitchen counter. Review of the medical examiner findings showed that the descendant received multiple stab wounds to the chest, abdomen, neck, and scalp. Multiple contusions, bruises were noted at various locations on her upper and lower extremities. These bruises apparently in various stages of healing. So the summary of the findings, after review of the reports and the photographs, the kitchen area where the descendant was found is consistent with the primary indoor scene. Assuming that all blood noted was the descendant's blood, the bloodstain patterns indicate that she was in a standing position when she received her initial injuries, which caused the blood dripping on the kitchen sink, counter, cabinet, and drops on the floor. Subsequently, she was on the floor with her head leaning forward, producing all of the blood drops that fell onto her pants and between her legs. 2 separate contact stains were found on the cabinet near her. One stain was consistent with a wipe from left to right. Oh, sorry, I feel like I didn't have it big enough for you. Okay. Oh, I just lost that. Where did I just? Oh, from right to left. The second was consistent with a hair wipe, indicating her hair with blood from her head injury came in contact with the cabinet in a downward direction. The stab wounds noted in the photographs are consistent with being caused by a knife, but there is no indication of the length or width of the knife, except for the wound in which the knife was embedded into the handle. The descendant received additional wounds to her neck and head that were not clear in the scene photographs. Therefore, it is not possible to make additional observations on those patterns at this time. The number and types of wounds and bloodstain patterns observed are consistent with homicide scene. That would be interesting to see if, like, wouldn't they know if it was only one knife by the stabbing details, like the wound details? Like, I mean, wonder what they really think, if that was all caused by one knife or not. Libra, because didn't you say you were thinking maybe not? Are you still here? How's the chat doing? You guys still with me? Yeah, I think that's all. That's all. I'm done reading. I'm sorry if I bored some of you guys. But those that you stayed, thanks for staying. I didn't even. So what do we learn here? Not only did she have bruises all over her body that were at different stages of healing. I mean, so they were at different times. They were made at different times. Yeah, that's what I just read. Okay. But also there was maybe some evidence that she possibly somebody tried to strangle her. There was a nail mark, they said, and some bruises, which wasn't on the external review, basically, of the autopsy. I mean, they didn't say that, but was the medical examiner pressured to, like, not put in certain things? I don't know. But man, if that's true, I mean, if there was like signs of that she was like an attempted strangulation type signs, and then I guess if that spinal column was really severed, then I don't know. I hope they get it opened up. Well, the first step is getting it changed from suicide to homicide, which it looks like hopefully that'll happen, and then somehow getting it. Well, yeah, if that happens, then that leads into, possibly looking into it as a homicide and then trying to build a case on who they think it is, I guess. So yeah, that's a good first step, guys. Hopefully something will come. maybe I'll try to, me and the mods are trying to get a hold of, like, we're trying to get contact information of, like her parents and also Jennifer Kesey's parents. So I'm in the process of trying to get in contact with them. So, maybe we could have them on and they could talk to us and see what they have to say. So how's everybody doing? You guys all right? Hold on. I'm right here. I just have to. How's everybody doing? Now I just want to put some chapstick on. So I think as far as Bella, there you are. Bella in the house. I didn't see you all night until now. Eating honeycomb marshmallows. Wait, do you mean you're eating the cereal honeycomb or the real honeycomb? Which one? I want to try like the real honeycomb so bad. Oh wait, I didn't even put this on yet. Hold on. Soulful music. Oh, cereal. I like honeycomb. That's good stuff. Yep, marshmallows. Yeah, I do that too. I haven't in a while. Like I go on like binges where like, I'll only eat cereal for breakfast for like months, and then I burn myself out, and then I do something else. But I don't do good with real milk, so I'll like get like almond milk or whatever. But yeah, it's eating it out of the box. Honeycomb is a good one to eat out of the box too for a snack. Lucky Charms, yes. Bella, that used to be my favorite cereal when I was younger, is Lucky Charms, but now it's not anymore. You know what I like? Because I didn't like the other part. I always liked the marshmallows, so I would eat all the other stuff. So I'd, struggle through all the gross stuff, and then I would eat the marshmallows at the end. But when I was on my cereal binge, when I was just eating cereal for breakfast, Fruit Loops with marshmallows they have. Oh my gosh. So not only is the marshmallows good, but the Fruit Loops, they're both like amazing, like with Lucky Charms, the main part wasn't as good, I guess I just like sweet stuff maybe, but yeah, I love the marshmallows. I get sometimes bags of like the the marshmallows only, but yeah, I found my new love was, if I want marshmallows, is like the Fruit Loops with marshmallows. And yeah, Delana, what's up? The only thing though, Marcelo, I know you could get them from the actual who makes the Lucky Charms. You could order them. They're really expensive, so they're actually those marshmallows. But the ones that like I've found around here at stores, they're not actually the Lucky Charms marshmallows. They're just like, somebody else, some other company makes them. So they never taste quite the same as the like Lucky Charms marshmallows, but they're still really good. I'm going to order the ones from Lucky Charms, like the ones you could order. Have you seen that? Yeah, the off-brand, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to probably end this and do the open panel one, guys. Honey Bunches of Oats, that I like that too. Not like as far as when I was younger, I didn't, but now that, as an adult, that's one of so good. I like the ones where you could get, oh no, I'm thinking of something else, but I do like Honey Bunches of Oats. I was thinking of, gosh, what is it called? It's like more of a healthy cereal that I either get it with almonds or with strawberries, but yeah, but I like Honey Bunches of Oats. Yeah. Okay, so Fruity Pebbles. Yeah, Fruity Pebbles is pretty good. That's another one that I never like ate growing up, but I ate it a few times like when I was going, when I eat my cereal in the morning phase. So yeah, they're pretty good. I like what's the other ones? Why can't I think any of the names of these now? Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good. I burnt myself out of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch now when I was eating cereal. Some of the new ones. I feel like I found a couple good new ones that I liked. Oh, have you ever had? This is a cereal that they don't always have. I don't know if they make them anymore. The Rice Krispie Treats cereal. Those are hard to find, but I don't. Like I said, I don't even know if they still make them. But oh my god, they were so good. Have you guys ever had them? It's called Rice Krispie Treats, and it's a cereal, and it's like there's like big chunks of like. Oh, it was so good. I mean, I like Rice Krispie Treats too, but I mean like the cereal that they have. Yeah, I need to try that. I would like that. I'm gonna have to try that. You guys are making me want cereal. Stop it. Yeah, they said no. I think. Wait, yeah, I said no. Castro son. So, I mean, now looking at chat, is there people in chat that are wanting to come up for the panel that are interested in that have a case in mind and are going to come up when I do it, or no? Or am I going to do it and then nobody comes? You know what I'll do? I'll just do it again where I'll pin the comment up on the YouTube, and then you guys could come. So the only thing with that is, though, we might not get everybody. Because if there's a lot of people, but maybe there won't be a lot of people. I don't know. But if there is a lot of people, there's a possibility we might not get through to everybody. But I feel like that's the best way to do it, because when I try to do it the other way and there's new people that come in and then they miss the link, and then it's just, I feel like it never works out for some reason. Oh, I never had the blueberry Cheerios. I'm not, yeah. Okay, yeah, just you come up. Not this live. I'm gonna end this in a minute. So just come back for it'll be it'll say like open panel, open discussion. I'll probably just go downstairs. Now I have to get a snack. You guys got me. Now I'm craving something sweet, and get some coffee, and then I'll come up. Come up. Yeah, then I'll start it again. So yeah. I love to talk about some Christian. Yeah, okay, Alicia. Yeah. So so what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to put the pin, or do you guys just want me to do an email if I have enough people? So that's 2 people. Let's see. Anybody else? I guess I could start doing that, and then I could pin it if nobody else comes, maybe, Yeah, Captain Crunch, but isn't there one that's like the berries? All berries or whatever? I like that one. You emailed me earlier. Oh, did you? What email, Jessica? Oh, bye, Casher son. You're leaving? Let me see. What email did you email him? I don't. Oh, there you are. Okay, I got it. Okay, cool. I'm reading it right now. Hold on a second. All right, yeah. Is that the case you want to talk about then? All right, so I'm going to end this, guys, and just look for my I'm so confused. I should go to bed. Wait, why are you confused, Larry? No. All right, guys. I will see you in a little bit.